Hello and welcome to Sports Weekly, your one-stop shop for all things sport. Glad you can make it to join us today. It's been an exciting world in the world of sports all around. Interesting stories coming across from Nigeria to Africa to other parts of the world. And it's always a pleasure to be able to come here and discuss this with you viewers. I have with me my partner as usual, Mr. Joachim Idada. Glad to have you here.
Emmanuel, it's nice being with you as usual.
Of course, exciting stories coming across the world of sports, and would like you to really join us. It's not about us in the studio. There are interesting conversations, and we would like to get feedback from you. So you can join us on Facebook. It's at ASEN TV, ASENN TV on Facebook, and then you can watch our videos on YouTube, ASEN TV. Fantastic things happening. Let's start from boxing, where we are hearing interesting news about the crossover fight. I don't know where this crossover fight is coming from. It's like some people are just bored and they are looking for what else to do. But there's a crossover fight between the boxing legend Floyd Mayweather Jr. and UFC Ultimate Fighting champion Conor McGregor. What's this fight all about? It's happening in Las Vegas, if you care to know. August 26th, 2017 is the date. But the question is, why are we having this fight? What's the meaning to this fight? This is like coming from two ends of the world, mainstream boxing and then what they call mixed martial arts, whatever. I mean, what's this about? You can't. So it's really more about Conor McGregor coming from UFC. He would probably be at more disadvantage,
That's what
we're hearing that you can't. You can use elbow, you can't kick, which is what Conor McGregor will be very accustomed to. What's this fight about?
First of all, you see, it shows how universal sports is. Now, that it's easy for you to cross from one particular sport to the next sport. And you'll be even, like the better you are in a particular sport, that's what I think, that the better you are in a particular sport, it gives you an advantage, especially when you come to other sports. You can see McGregor, who for me I think is one of the best when it comes to mixed martial arts, kickboxing and all of that. That's what we call mixed martial art. Yeah. Now he's going to move over to boxing, that you don't use your head, you don't use your elbows, you don't use your knees, you don't use some of those things. You give chokeholds and all of those funny things. Now McGregor has a disadvantage. That will he be able to withstand the punching power of Mayweather? That will settle in the ring. That's what. But another thing that is also critical that you also look at it when it comes to mixed martial arts. Some of these fighters are very tough. They are very strong. True. They are they are well tuned.
They fight like animals.
You've used the word. They are well tuned to the rigor of what I call extreme sports. Not just extreme sports, but extreme pain. So if he is able to absorb those punches of Mayweather, he might just pull Mayweather to the
I am scared for something. What if during the match he forgets the rules and he's used to kicking and elbowing. What if he just goes to do that?
Well, no. You also remember that he's a pro. Like you see, beyond quite a number of things comes to play when it comes to professional sports. That's the difference between professional sport and just any sport. At the professional level, there are certain things that you are conditioned to. You are conditioned to be able to adapt. Just like a professional player who plays football, and you say you are moving from the standard football to five-a-side. You're moving from standard football to beach soccer.
Exactly. You kind of understand the general
You kind of
rules,
understand the general rules. And let me tell you, don't make the mistake that you think McGregor is just walking out from one sport and just walking to the next ring. So you now find yourself where he's psychologically tuned to want to use his elbow and everything. Maybe he might be tempted to use some of those things if he's going through serious punishment. And what is normal to every normal human being, you want to defend yourself.
August 26, 2017 is the date, and we wait to see this showpiece masterclass of a match between Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. Well, this is ASEN TV, Africa Sports and Entertainment TV. So what is really important to us when we are talking boxing is the 2017 Africa Boxing Championship going on right now in Congo Brazzaville, and I can tell you for a fact that 7 Nigerian boxers, are representing, the green, white, green colors of Nigeria in this competition. I mean, good news and bad news. So, coming from Congo right now, Godwin Ambrose, has crashed out of the men's heavyweight category. He lost 4-1 to the host, but Yetunde Odunuga defeated her Botswanan counterpart 5-0 in the lightweight quarterfinals, and then Nigeria's male boxer Osita Ume defeated Falon Niang from Senegal in the welterweight category 5-0. So 2 5-0 victories for Nigeria, and then they're still progressing in the championship. So good one for Yetunde Odunuga and Osita Ume. Congratulations. They've gotten through the preliminary stages, and we wish them good luck, and we hope to see them in Berlin flying the green, white, green colors of Nigeria. And also the Kenyan boxers who got a free pass into the World Championship in Berlin. Well, congratulations to them. But there are some people, going to our next talking point, there are some people who didn't get a free ride, going into any next stage. Talking about the National Sports Federation elections, that one was a big fight. And Joachim, I don't know what to say, it was full of drama, and more drama, last Monday at Abuja Stadium, where the National Sports Federation elections, held, for the various sports in Nigeria, about 39 or so of them, trying to select who will be their leadership for the next 4 years. And I can tell you, well, for a free, I can tell you those who retain their positions. In wrestling, we had Daniel Igali. I think wrestling is maybe a fantastic family in Nigeria because they were actually carrying the man up.
Dancing all over the place.
Dancing all over the place. I don't know what he's done to them. Maybe they just like him, or maybe he's really doing his job. So yes. Congratulations to Daniel Igali. He was retained. And also in sailing, canoeing, and rowing, Festus Pobeni also got retained. So congratulations to them. And the new ones who came on board in golf. An interesting one there, we had Olagunsoye Oyinlola, you would remember him, former governor of Osun State and former military administrator of Lagos State. Well, so there's also in tennis, we have Dayo Akindoju. In boxing, there is Kenneth Minima. In weightlifting, there is Mohamed Yahya. In Scrabble, there is Suleiman Gore. And in table tennis, there's Tikon Ishaku. I think those ones, there were a number of the federations whose elections went very smoothly. I think the controversial ones really are our talking points for today. I mean, athletics, I can tell you for a free, punches were exchanged. And it's funny, it didn't happen in boxing, it happened in athletics. Punches were exchanged. There were about 3 athlete representatives who were disqualified, We're supposed to have just 1 athlete representative, but 3 persons were there. About 3 candidates were also disqualified at the last minute, and eventually the results came out and it was 43-2. So the winner had 43 votes and the second placed person had 2 votes.
That's unanimous.
And that was Ibrahim Shehu Gusau eventually was elected as the president for Athletics Federation. Congratulations to the sports federations and to those individuals who have been elected into official positions. We hope to see their valiant works done in the next 4 years. But talking about what they should be really concentrating on, which is sports development in the grassroots. Well, let's talk about the 9th Coca-Cola Under 15 football tournament and also the 19th Milo Basketball Championship. These are things that are being run by, like you said, private organizations, who are trying to develop the sports and in conjunction with some of these sports federations. So I can tell you that the Copa Coca-Cola under 15 football tournament is ongoing. I was saying 5,000 secondary schools across Nigeria are participating, and 110,000 participating teenagers from all across Nigeria. The theme, by the way, for this year's Copa Coca-Cola under 15 football tournament is Copa Coca-Cola gives you more. And I think they are really giving more, which is really bringing forward my own talking points for today. The winning team in all of the 36 states and the FCT will receive a trophy and 5 million naira worth of makeover for any football pitch that they want. So basically, they'll be giving the winning team 5 million naira. Tell us which football field you want to develop, and we go there and develop that field. I mean, that's fantastic coming from Coca-Cola. Players from the top 3 teams and schools will get an educational trust fund totaling 22 million naira, plus cash prizes totaling 2 million naira. Besides the golden boot for highest goal scorer, MVP, a plaque for the MVP, and then the golden glove and all of that. I think that this is really what we are talking about when we say grassroots football. What do you think about this?
For me, I think I want to toe the line of what happens in the NCAA in America.
Okay.
Yes, some of the things that Coca-Cola and even Milo are doing for grassroots sports, it's commendable.
True.
But actually, those things are supposed to have been done by the government, so that you can free the cash that these private companies are investing in the grassroots sport. You can free them to bring such cash to the professional level for us to take advantage of the marketing and business opportunities that you have available in sports for us to maximize it. That is one point to make. But the another critical point I want to make is I can see, because I was there yesterday at the Milo event, and I saw they were giving cash prizes to the best, the MVP, to the schools and all of that. I think for me, I would rather go the way of Coca-Cola, where you have educational funds.
Trust fund, yes.
Trust funds, yes. We should encourage the corporate bodies to toe that line than giving cash to any school or to any parents or to the parents.
Fantastic. So talking also about the 19th Milo Basketball Championship, where we had also 9,000 schools all across Nigeria, participating, and this came to an end in the last week. Yeah. You had the national finals in the male and female categories, which ended. So there were 4 winners, really. 4 winners and 2 best losers coming out of the Central Conference in Abuja, the Conference in Lokoja, Equatorial Conference in Enugu, and the Western Conference in Akure. So eventually in the female category, you had St. Jude's Girls Secondary School of Bayelsa, coming out tops. They beat Yejide Girls Grammar School of Ibadan 41 to 14 points. 41 to 14 points. So fantastic one for St. Jude's Girls Secondary School of Bayelsa. And then also for the boys, you have Government Secondary School Mina, defeating Government Secondary School Abuja by 65 points to 60. Fantastic one for Milo Basketball Championship. I think this is really where we kind of develop the next generation of future basketball stars. And you just want to give it to Nestle Nigeria PLC. They've been doing this since 1999. This is the 19th edition. I want to give them kudos for this.
For me, the kudos I want to give Milo is not just in sponsoring the event.
Okay.
It's the packaging of the event. Because I was there and I witnessed it. Oh my! You see,
it was a grand event.
It was a grand. It was an epic event. It was a grand. That is what it's supposed to be. Right now, we just want to take it one step further, because you see, Nestle is doing it the right way, and you see, what we need now is to be able to put our college sports or our school sports on television regularly, so that these children can really get
that'll be a great one.
These children can get exposure. And for look, the whole event, the way the whole dancing, the cheering, everything just came in neat, articulated, well packaged. It was as if
choreographed.
Well choreographed, as if you were watching the Final Four right there in American football in the US. And I think sincerely, I give kudos to Nestle for what they have done. I encourage them. They still we are still far behind, especially when it comes to school sports, and there's still so much for us to do. And I think they are working in the right direction, and I commend them.
Fantastic. Congratulations to the Milo Basketball Championship and also the Copa Coca-Cola Under 15 Football Tournament. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone. Fantastic. We've been having a great time in the studio. A lot of talking points coming from the world of sports all around. Right now, we want to go to the beautiful round letter game of football. And we will have to start on a rather sad note, in football. Nigeria mourns Kelechi Emeteole. Kelechi Emeteole died last Wednesday at the age of 66. He died in India. He had gone for a throat surgery, and we lost him. That's adding to the injury of losing, the likes of Stephen Keshi, the likes of Amadou Shuaibu, in just in the recent past, and this is saddening, for Nigeria as a whole. Moving on to a bit more exciting news. We've always talked about, our ex-internationals, maybe even current internationals in this case, trying to give back, to the society and trying to help their people. So there's the story coming from, Ahmed Musa, current Leicester City winger and also Super Eagles winger. He's just opened the Sports and Fitness Center in Kano. And from the pictures I've seen, beautiful edifice. It's got two 5-a-side pitches, a gymnasium, a lounge, a restaurant, and a multi-purpose hall right there in the city of Kano. All right, moving on, talking about the FIFA Confederations Cup, happening right there in Russia, where we have the likes of Chile, Mexico, Portugal, all of them, New Zealand, Cameroon, which happens to be Africa's only sole representative in that tournament. It's going on. 8 goals have been scored in the first 3 matches. All of Russia, Chile, Mexico all have at least 2 goals in their opening matches. Only Cameroon and New Zealand have not yet to register a goal in any of their matches. Also, the Nigerian Women Premier League is also back. It's week 8 in the Nigerian Women Premier League, and there were also matches that went down, during the week. So in the Group A, you had Atlant Queens, beat the Ibom Angels 2-1. Ruben Charity scored a 6th goal, and by the way, she's the highest goal scorer in the Nigerian Women Premier League. So good one for Ruben Charity. She scored a 6th goal, but it was not enough. Atlant Queens still took the day, winning Ibom Angels 2-1. Sunshine Queens beat FC Robo Queens 1-0. And in Group B, Delta Queens defeated Nasarawa Amazons 2-1. Nasarawa Amazons are the leaders in Group B. This is just their 2nd loss, in 8 games. So they are still leading, but then they lost to Delta Queens. Ocean Babes defeated Sadatu Amazons 4-1, and Pelican Stars defeated Edo Queens 1-0. So that's it for Nigerian Women Premier League. I think the big one is really what I would like us to talk about in the NPFL. So in the NPFL, match day 25. So we've had 25 matches or match days already, and we still have 13 more to go. I can tell you for a free 495 goals have been scored, between match week 1 and match week 25. There were 18 goals in match week 25. Kano Pillars were the highest goal scorers. They scored 3 goals. There was not a single away win in match week 25. Not a single away win. There were 8 home wins and 2 draws. I mean, from that start alone, what jumps at you, for the MPFL, for you to have, why are we, I mean, about maybe 3 weeks ago, we were celebrating the fact that there were we started to see, away wins, and we thought that clearly shows maybe some fairness, in the matches, shows some maybe quality officiating and all of that. But is this just a one-off? Is this normal?
Let's take it first whether it's a one-off.
Yeah.
2, like I always tell people that if the clubs are not owned privately, or if football is not run, or the MPFL, if it's not run as a private business, you get to witness some of these kind of results, or some of these occurrences that you begin to question yourself, like you're doing right now, whether there was no,
and these matches aren't aired
they are
on
not
TV,
aired on TV. So for me and you right here in Lagos, sometimes it's very difficult for us to go out and review some of those things. And that is why even if FIFA is testing all of the technology they are trying to bring into it. But here in Nigeria is Nigeria anyway, we all have a unique way of doing our things in this country. I just want to say that so far nobody has complained that the referee's decision was suspect. Exactly. That's the first thing. Exactly. Then the next question we ask ourselves is the attitude of our players. Sometimes you can go into a match with this very defeatist attitude. Yes, okay, when we go reach your own side, make you win. When you reach my own side, I go also win. Exactly. Make you no complain. Exactly. That kind of a thing. But somehow we should make them realize that to win. And that is why when we go to the Continental Cups, we don't really make progress. We really don't make progress. So I think for me, I am more inclined to say that the MPFL, especially those managing the MPFL, they have a lot of work to do. And if they don't work on it gradually, now I know that ITO is the sponsor of the NNFF. NFF, yes, it's one of NFF's sponsor. Because you see, we need to bring in more and more private sector involvement into our sports and into football, especially at the MPFL. And
especially
some
for
of this
sponsorship.
is for people
we heard
like
that
us.
DSTV was coming back, but
yes,
right now
if for sports people like us, we have some chill and good people about this kind of occurrence. What do you think the sponsor who is going to talk about it? And finally, my point is we need to get it right, because you see, when you talk of European football, English football, a lot of the money they bring into that football comes from betting. And we are gradually growing. The betting culture is gradually coming into our own society. So how then do we talk about the betting companies coming to putting stakes on our games, and the games obviously are games that are suspect. So you see, we need to really handle some of these things. That is what I have to say about it.
All right. So we're still talking the MPFL match week 25, and exciting times for the MPFL if we can get things right. For one, the matches have to be aired on TV. There were talks that DSTV was coming, but we haven't seen anything happening. So right now, the MPFL is running in darkness.
Well, you are just
running in darkness. But Stephen Ode still remains the top scorer in the MPFL with 15 goals, while the trio of Samuel Matthias, Sunday Adetunji, Alassane Ibrahim all have 11 goals. So they are hot on his heels. Plateau United tops the log with 45 points, despite losing 2-1 away to Abia Warriors. El Kanemi Warriors are second on the log with 40 points. MFM FC are third with 40 points with a -1 goal difference after losing 3-1 away to Kano Pillars. And that was where Stephen Ode got his 15th goal of the season. Aqua United are fourth with 39 points. FC Fayumba and Enyimba, who were hailing just last week, because they were in the top 4 right now, they've dropped out. So they are both 6th and 7th, respectively, with 38 points. Sunshine Stars and Shooting Stars are 17th and 18th, respectively, with 30 and 29 points, respectively. And going on the continent, in the CAF Confederations Cup, Nigeria's Rivers United defeated KCCA FC of Uganda 2-1. There were those early goals by Bernard Ovoke and also Frederick Obomate also scored his first goal of the season in that match. The 2017-2018 EPL fixtures are already out in match week 1, which will start on August 21, 2017. We'll have Alex Iwobi's Arsenal will be facing Wilfred Indida's Leicester City. Victor Moses' Chelsea will be facing off with Burnley at home. Isaac Success Watford will be facing Liverpool, who has all of the should I say runaway Nigerians, and the list seems to be growing. From Dominic Solanke to Ovie Ejaria, Sheyi Ojo, Bobby Adekonye, Taiwo Awoni. Who is in Liverpool that is just taking all of this, Nigerian
These Nigerians of Nigerian descent.
Exactly, I don't know.
I don't know.
Someone has said if Leia just has a Nigerian girlfriend, you might even get
it will be called a Nigerian. Quickly. We are we welcome everybody.
Fantastic. So we look forward to the new EPL seasons, not just EPL, also the La Liga and all of the big leagues happening out there. It's not so dry a summer we're having right now. At least there's the on the 20, on the 21 Euros that are happening, and trying to keep us refreshed. In transfers, is there any, for me right now, I think the only transfers I'm hearing is Mohamed Salah, the Egyptian, yes. Messi, who's going to, he looks to be set to finish up his £39 million record move from
it's going to be
Roma
the highest,
to Liverpool.
It's going to be the highest paid African player.
Exactly.
And that is why it's important for us, because we're African sport entertainment network.
Exactly.
So that is good for me. But
for a club like Liverpool that also has Sadio Mane,
yes,
of Senegal. So I think that we're getting to see the kind of stories that we would like to see. Although Mohamed Salah, needs to be said, didn't have such a good time at Chelsea. But he's gone on to do very well for Fiorentina, where he went on loan, and then from there, he was bought for £13 million to play for AS Roma. And interestingly, they finished just second to Juventus last season. So I think he comes back to the APL with a lot of pedigree, with a lot of expectations. Do you think he'll be able
a lot of confidence?
Do you think he'll be able to live up to
you see, the funny thing about British football is different. It's very, very different. You see people, that's why I call it football culture and football style. You might be surprised that you might perform in this particular league. And when you cross over from this league to the next league like Gadola, you begin to struggle. Because the football culture of that new league society is totally different from what you are used to and what you are coming from. So there's the learning curve. Yeah. So for some time, I'm very sure he's going to perform. I am very sure he's going to perform. So I don't really, I wouldn't lose my sleep over it. Doubting. But because we're in Africa and because we're in Nigeria, I think Arsenal has the largest fan base when it comes to all of this EPL stuff.
All right. We also know that Chidozie Awaziem will move on loan from Porto to Nantes, while the Super Eagles duo of Ahmed Musa and Kelechi Iheanacho looks set to move to West Ham. So it's been a roller coaster ride in today's studio. What do you think? Fantastic.
My pleasure as usual.
Always have you around.
Thank you very much.
So viewers, it's I'm happy to do this, and I'm really glad that you're there watching us. Please send us your feedback, whether on Facebook, on Twitter, or even right here as you watch this video. We'd like to hear from you. That's the size of the show for today. This is Sports Weekly, your one-stop shop for all things sports. Thank you and God bless.